meeting is being live streamed. Did we get it? We got it.
Yes, we have a live stream.
Okay.
So we're ready to start, and we say, Noel, 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 sing we loud. God today hath lifted up the poor and casted down the proud. Noel, 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 sing we loud. God today hath lifted up the poor and casted down the proud. Welcome to Community Church, everybody. I'm Dean. I know everybody so far, and I will try to keep up as people join us. This is the first of a series, and it's going to be called Winter Fridays. And we're going to do this every Friday. We have a wonderful lineup of performers. The first two are holiday events. One is this one with MAGPIE, and next week is Bennett and Lorraine Hammond and I, and we've been working up some things together. And very excited about that. Then we'll take one off during the actual holiday time, and then we'll get going again in January. And at the end of the night, I will announce the rest of the programs to you. And it's really fun. It's just a bunch of time to spend on a Friday night with my friends. So welcome. I'm coming to you from the auditorium of Community Church of Boston, and I want to walk you around. Oh, I didn't. Yes, am I still there? Yes, I'm still there. I'm gonna spotlight my phone and just real quick walk you around the church. We've got some really cool stuff going on. I can't talk to you as I'm walking you around because it doesn't work. But I will tell you what I'm going to show you. First, it's a whole mess of crafts that we have displayed here from made in El Salvador. A lot of the cloth is backstrap woven in Guatemala. We have coffee, fresh roasted, and it's been going like hotcakes during this season. I just filled several big orders for people who wanted to give them as gifts. This is fresh roasted farmers market coffee from another little village in El Salvador that's called Isotalillo that I visit frequently. Finally, I will show you endless treasure or trash trove, we're not sure. It's mostly treasure of books and books and more books. These come from the estate of Bob Datilio of blessed memory, who passed away exactly a year ago. His estate has just been sort of settled, and we have been given the books from Bob's estate, and there are a lot of books. It's been trip after trip after trip with a truck and my car to retrieve these books. There's a whole floor upstairs that's full of boxes of Bob's books. Bob was probably the world's foremost scholar on the Sacco and Vanzetti case. You can see our plaque there that Bob, that's a quote from Vanzetti. Bob had a strong hand in helping us get that famous plaque that's made by Gutzum Borglum. And Bob knew more than anybody on the planet about Sacco and Vanzetti, and he had a book trove like you wouldn't believe. And they're here, and they're for us, and they're for you. Come down and see them. The church is a safe place. We ventilate, we mask, and we ask that you be vaccinated, but we don't ask if you're vaccinated. How's that to put it? Anyway, I'm going to walk you around with my phone, and then we're going to get on with the show. So welcome to Community Church's Winter Fridays. Here we go. I'm going to just walk with the phone. Books, 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 many books. Many, many, many. It goes on and on. Okay, we're back. Thank you for indulging me in that little tour of the auditorium. Come down here. We're also doing Zoom bazaars. Have you ever heard of that? Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, this same link, you can join us and you can have a closer look at any item you're interested in, like maybe an oven mitt or a guitar strap or an iPad carrier, whatever you like. I have it and I can take you through the selection of items. So I want to open here with a couple of songs, just a couple of songs. And I want to do something. Greg, are you muted, Greg? Can I make you co-host so that you can admit people as they come in?
Sure.
I didn't think to figure that out. Usually Charlie Welch is with me and he's not here tonight. So I'm going to make Greg a co-host. And as people come in, just admit them.
All righty.
Sounds good.
It's an important responsibility. Don't let any riffraff in.
Okay.
I'm feeling it, man.
And you're the referee, and you're the bouncer. You're all those things. I start tonight with a Christmas song that's from Spain, we believe, but I've heard it in Nicaragua and in Mexico and Costa Rica when I was growing up. This has got to be the only Christmas carol that makes references to Jesus's diapers. It says, it starts with chocolate. There's a donkey that's going to Bethlehem filled with chocolate. Mary, Mary, come running. Ooh, this is Boriana. Hello, Boriana. Come running because they're eating all the chocolate. And then there's a verse where little mice are coming in and they're taking the diapers. Mary, Mary, come running. They're taking the diapers. And then little giants are coming in and they're taking Joseph's socks. Mary, Mary, come running. They're taking the socks. This is called En el Portal de Belén. Hacia Belén va una burra, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité, cargada de chocolate, lleva su chocolatera, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité, su molinillo y su anafre, María, María, ven acá corriendo, que el chocolatillo se lo están comiendo, María, María, ven acá corriendo, que el chocolatillo se lo están comiendo. En el portal de Belén, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Los ratones han entrado y al niño que está en la cuna, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Los pañales le han robado, María, María, ven acá corriendo, que los pañalillos se lo están robando. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que los pañalillos se lo están robando. En el portal de Belén, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Los gigantillos han entrado y al bueno de San José, ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Los calzones le han robado. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que los calzoncillos se lo están llevando. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que los calzoncillos se lo están llevando. Ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Para pom, pim, pim, pam, pam, pam. Ring, ring, yo me remendaba, yo me remendé, yo me eché en remedio y yo me lo quité. Uruam, pa, 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 impi, pa, im, pam, pam. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que la cancioncita ya se está acabando. María, María, ven acá corriendo, que la cancioncita ya se está acabando. Thank you. Thank you. If you'd like to hear that song in an even better version, I think, I haven't listened to it in a while, it's on a SoundCloud page, and the SoundCloud page I recorded about 10 years ago, and I recorded it all live on the 12 days of Christmas. It's 12 songs, and it's called Holiday Songs You Won't Hear at the Mall. Check it out, SoundCloud, Dean Stevens, Holiday Songs You Won't Hear at the Mall. You can also hear this song, which is a story song. Story songs, stories are beautiful, and this is probably the best known story there is. And this is the story. You've heard it. There are many versions of the story as told by Bruce Cockburn. Mary grows a child without the help of a man. Joseph gets upset because he doesn't understand. Joseph, angel comes to Joseph in a beautiful dream. He says, God did this, and you're part of his scheme. Joseph comes to Mary with his hat in his hand. He says, forgive me, please. I thought you were with some other man. She says, what if I had been? Wasn't anyway, and guess what? I felt the baby kick today. Like a stone on the surface of a still river, driving the ripples on forever. Redemption rips through the surface of time in the cry of a tiny babe. A child is born in the fullness of time. 3 wise astrologers take note of the sign. Come to pay their respect to a fragile king, almost wind up wrecking everything. 'Cause the governing body of that holy land is that of Herod, a most paranoid man. When he hears there's a child born king of the Jews, sends death squads to kill all male children under 2. But that same bright angel comes to his parents in a dream, and they head to the border and they get away clean. Like a stone on the surface of a still river, driving the ripples on forever. Redemption rips through the surface of time in the cry of a tiny babe. And there are others who heard about this miracle birth. And the humblest of people catch a glimpse of their worth. 'Cause it isn't to the palace that the Christ child comes, but to shepherds and hookers and street people and bums. And the message is clear if you have ears to hear, that forgiveness is offered for your guilt and your fears. It's a Christmas gift you don't have to buy. There's a future shining in a baby's eye. Like a stone on the surface of a still river, driving the ripples on forever. Redemption rips through the surface of time in the cry of a tiny babe. In the cry, in the cry, in the cry of a tiny babe. In the cry, in the cry, in the cry of a tiny babe. In the cry, in the cry, in the cry of a tiny babe. Oh, don't. Thanks. Thanks for the chance to sing that for you.
Great.
Both those songs are really fun to be reminded of once every year and sing them again. So thank you all for being with us, and we've got a bunch of people on YouTube as well, and I am so excited to share this evening with my friends Terry and Greg from MAGPIE. This is a little reminder that there is a PayPal tip jar, and these concerts can be construed as free, but you can also buy a ticket at whatever price you care to pay, and you can even join them straight up and help with the tip jar. You can click on that link. And this is going to be about 14 Fridays that we're going to be doing this, and it's just going to be really fun and exciting. We're going to try to do it tonight. I'm by myself in this auditorium, but it's beautiful, toasty warm, and hopefully we can turn it into a hybrid thing where a few people might come down and we will show the performer on a TV screen, and I will sit back with everybody and we will enjoy something like pupusas or a beer or whatever. And so this is what I'm trying for. I want to thank Community Church for coming up with a small honorarium for each of these performers. I want to thank my mom for matching that amount to make it double the amount that Community Church offered. And I want to thank you all for really making this something meaningful for the performers, because as you know, this has been a really tough time for a bunch of players who are on the road and who have lost a good part of their living as a result of this pandemic. So that's what I want to say to introduce my wonderful duo friends. 48 years together or something like that. If last time I checked, maybe I lost count, but it's just a treat to have you. We have had MAGPIE at Community Church. We've had MAGPIE at our Tremedal concerts that happen in Watertown, benefit for the Watertown El Salvador Sister City Committee. And I've said enough, so I won't say anything more. Welcome, folks. Thank you so much for being with us, Terry and Greg.
Thank you, Dean. Well, we're going to start off with a wonderful song from our friend Jennifer Cutting. She works at the Library of Congress, but she's also in a band called Ocean, and she writes the best solstice songs. So her song is called Song of Solstice. All of them have choruses. Please join in.
'Tis the gateway of the year, shortest day and darkest hour. Praises as our newborn sun journeys back to its full power. Raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. Raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. Blessed be the darkness deep, all we learn there well worth knowing, as below the seed's long sleep, nourished hopes with springtide's growing. Raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. Troubles of the old year past, burning in the naked fire, making way for greater gifts, glowing with our heart's desire. Raise a song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. Merry meet and merry part, merry meet again. Strangers only at the start, now are friends until the end. And raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. 'Tis the gateway of the year, shortest day and darkest hour. Praises as our newborn sun journeys back to its full power. Raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together. Raise the song of solstice high through the wind and weather. Welcome you with frost and fire, and sing we all together.
All right. Well, thank you, Dean, and thank you for inviting us. It's just wonderful to be with you all. Thank you all for coming and spending the evening with us. And thanks for those great songs, Dean. You know, I'm just totally gobsmacked by the first one. And boy, leave it to Bruce Coburn to just
Do the next.
Tell the whole story with the utmost poetry. Brilliant songwriter. We're going to do a couple here on my other little guitar, my little parlor guitar. Several years ago now, back I think it was in 1988 actually, we wrote this little Solstice Carol. It's a very brief little song, but we like to sing it every year around this time of year. And
that's what it's called,
it's
Solstice
called
Carol.
Solstice Carol. Let's see, key of E. Huh? It says F, but I think it's E.
Right there.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Down in December, oh, chilly and cold. But the first days of the season with warmth to unfold. And though the winter days before us number 80, may this joy stay to sustain us till it's springtime again. Now the days grow a little longer, a little shorter each night. Touch the flame to another candle in this season of light. With lights in every window on our houses and trees, we'll push away the darkness for a new year of peace. Down in December, blow chilly and cold. But the first days of the season with warmth to unfold. And though the winter days before us number 80, may this joy stay to sustain us till it's springtime again.
Well,
Thank you.
Now we're going to do one that you might recognize a little of.
This is a different take on The Holly and the Ivy, written by a songwriter out in Chicago by the name of Chris Kokesh. And we heard it, we just fell in love with it. Said, well, now that's the kind of thing. Because, of course, you know, The Holly and the Ivy is one of those Christmas carols that kind of melds the religious underpinning of the Christmas holiday with the natural underpinning of the solstice holiday.
Let's make sure we're in tune, Greg. Give me your...
You all appreciate our candlelight here. We decided to set up in front of the fireplace, and we would have a fire in the fireplace, except that it would be too hot. So we put a candelabra in the fireplace. Now we're totally lit with candles. That's what it's all about, I think. It's all about light, is it not?
So this is called The Holly and the Ivy. Oh, the holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, in winter time and the holly is her love. When they entwine at Yuletide, the lady smiles above. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer. The days are short, the night is long, the turning of the year. Oh, the holly blooms in glory when the solstice day is near. We burn the Yule log to make the newborn sun appear. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer. The days are short, the night is long, the turning of the year. When the mother gives birth to the coming spring, in the midst of winter cold, the newborn son, the holly king. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer. The days are short, the night is long, the turning of the year. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer. The days are short, the night is long, turning of the year, turning of the year. So just a little song.
Sorry you're bumping into you there, Terry.
That's okay. I almost knocked the
You're a
dulcimer
little
right
close
off.
over here. Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're going to do something that's not. It's when we do concerts around this time of year, we don't just stick to
Holiday song.
holiday themes per se, and we I guess what you might say is we kind of stretch it a little bit. And so we're going to sing a song now that was written by Pete Seeger, and not a Christmas song, not a holiday song.
However, it's kind of a peace song
It's
in
a
some
peace
ways.
song. There you go.
This time of year, we're also talking about peace in the world. And this is called Rainbow Race. And that's what, you can help me with the sign language. Rainbow, and then you're the people, race. And we'll have some fun with this Pete Seeger song.
Now this guitar, you can tell by looking at it, this is just like Pete's guitar. This guitar was made by the same fellow who made his guitar, Bruce Taylor, down in Connecticut. And doesn't it sound pretty?
It does.
It sounds like Pete when it.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping on our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die.
Sing it again.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die.
Some folks want to be like an ostrich, bury their heads in the sand.
Some folks hope that plastic dreams can unclench all the these greedy hands.
Some folks wanna take the easy way. Poisons, bombs, they think we need 'em.
Don't you know you can't kill all the unbelievers? There's no shortcut to freedom.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow rays. It's too soon to die. Now go tell all the little children, go tell all the mothers and fathers too.
Now's our last chance to learn to share what's been given to me and you.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow rays. It's too soon to die. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more?
Pete Seeger.
That guitar just keeps ringing. It just wants to ring and ring and ring. Well, here's one from the guy that taught Pete how to hop a train. And we're real fond of this one.
It's another peace song, but this one's from Woody Guthrie.
Woody Guthrie song. This was in the it's in that famous book that I don't know how many people have it. It's not. I don't think it's in print anymore. It's called The Nearly Complete Book of Woody Guthrie Folk Songs.
Right. Anyway, it's got a great chorus for you. It's called Peace Call. Open your heart to the paradise of the peace of the heavenly angels. Take away that woeful shadow dancing on your wall. Take to the skies a peace, oh friend, of the peace of the one great spirit. Get ready for the bugle call of peace.
Peace, 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 I can hear the bugle sounding, roaming round my land, my city and my town. Peace, 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 I can hear the voices they're ringing louder while my bugle calls for peace.
Thick war clouds will throw their shadows, darkening the world around you. But in my life of peace, your dark illusions fall. Think and pray along the way, embrace the friends around you. Get ready for my bugle call of peace.
Peace, 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 I can hear the bugle sounding, roaming round my land, my city and my town. Peace, 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 I can hear the voices ringing louder while my bugle calls for peace.
If war storms fill your heart with 1,000 kinds of worry. Keep to my road of peace, you'll never have to fear. Keep to the sun and look around in the face of peace and plenty. Get ready for my bugle call of peace. Peace, 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 I can hear the bugle sounding, roaming round my land, my city and my town. Peace, 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 I can hear the voices ringing louder while my bugle calls for peace. I'll clear my house of the weeds of fear and turn to the friends around me. And with my smile of peace, I'll greet you one and all. I'll work, not fight, I'll dance and sing of the peace of the workful spirit. Get ready for my bugle call of peace. Peace, 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 I can hear the bugle sounding, roaming round my land, my city and my town. Peace, 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 I can hear the voices ringing louder while my bugle calls for peace. Get ready for my bugle call of peace. Good old Woody Guthrie. Yeah.
All right.
Well, now we're going to take it to England. Now, Greg and I have been fortunate in our 48 years of playing music to do at least 9 tours of England and Scotland. We never did
But
make
who's
it to
counting?
Ireland.
I think it was more like 10 or 11, but yeah.
But some of you know Greg plays the concertina, others don't. But here's a wassail.
What? This is a wassail. I think it actually comes from Wales, but anyway, it's called the... what is it called? It's called the Gower wassail, which I believe, so that's like a peninsula in Wales. Anyway, this song is this is our unique version of it. You may hear other people do this song around this time of year.
Oh, wassail throughout all this town. Our cup it is white and our ale it is brown. Our wassail is made of the good ale and true. Some nutmeg and ginger is the best we can brew. Fall-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-darrow, fall-de-daddy, sing to-ra-li-do. Our wassail is made of the elderberry bough, and so my good neighbor will drink unto thou. Besides all of that, we'll have apples in store. Pray let us come in, for it's cold by the door. Fall-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-darrow, fall-de-daddy, sing to-ra-li-do. We hope that your apple trees prosper and bear, so that we may have cider when we call next year. And where you've 1 barrel, we hope you have 10, so that we may have cider when we call again. Fall-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-darrow, fall-de-daddy, sing to-ra-li-do. We know by the moon that we are not too soon. We know by the sky that we are not too high. We know by the stars that we are not too far. We know by the ground that we are within sound. Fall-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dol, fall-de-dol-de-dee. Fall-de-darrow, fall-de-daddy, sing to-ra-li-do. Oh, wassail throughout all this town. Our cup it is white and our ale it is brown. Our wassail is made of the good ale and true. Some nutmeg and ginger, it's the best we can brew. Fall-de-doll, 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 fall-de-doll-de-dee. Fall-de-darrow, fall-de-daddy, sing to the light.
Wassail! Yes, and a wassail is a drink.
Let's have some.
And it's made out of cider and ginger.
Hard
and
cider.
things like that. And this is my tea. It's made out of ginger.
All right. Well, over there.
Oh, Dean is holding up our PayPal tip jar. So,
Thank you.
information.
Thank you, Dean.
So, take a look and see if you might want to do something there. I don't know. I got to retune the dulcimer.
Retune the dulcimer. We're going to do a song that was written by
A friend of ours.
a friend of ours over in Scotland. He was actually an Englishman who,
Would you give me your B
when
flat?
we met him,
I'll
he was
tune
living
you.
in Scotland.
B
Probably
flat.
still living there. By the name of Dave Goulder. We met Dave. He was part of a local Ceilidh band in a little village of Rose Hall, which is way up in the north central part of Scotland, way up in the Northern
know.
Highlands. And he was just up there playing the guitar in the Ceilidh band, totally unassuming that people would know that he was one of the finest songwriters in all of the United Kingdom. This is a song that, like the character described in the song, it's a song that comes around every year.
It's called January Man. The January man, he walks abroad in woolen coat and boots of leather. The February man still wipes the snow from off his hair and blows his hands. The man of March, he sees the spring and wonders what the year will bring and hopes for better weather. The man of April, May, through April, May, the man goes down to watch the birds come in and share the summer. The man of May stands very still, watching the children dance away the day. In June, the man inside the man is young and wants to lend a hand and grins at each newcomer. And in July, the man in cotton shirt, he fits and he's a being idle. The August man in thousands takes the road to watch the sea and find the sun. September man is standing near to saddle up and lead the year, and autumn is his bridal. The man of New October takes the reins, and early frost is on his shoulders. The poor November man sees fire and rain and mist and wind and winter air. December man is standing near to let the young brothers know they're all a little older. The January man comes round again in woolen coat and boots of leather, to take another turn, to walk along the icy road he knows so well. The January man is here, the start of each and every year, along the way, forever. The January man. So now it's time to do one of our originals again.
Oh, no,
Yes, it's time for No Room for You
Round the
Inside.
Glory Manger.
No, No Room for You Inside first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you were right. I don't see it there. We hand wrote it in there
Yeah,
just
we
to
wrote
get
it
it in
in
there. All right. Well, yeah, this
Well,
is a song.
many years ago, we were
Many
working
years
working in D.C. with a lot of the homeless folks, and there was one particular man who was really instrumental in making a difference for the homeless in D.C. And we'll dedicate this song to him. And they had set up.
His name was Mitch Snyder.
Yes, Mitch Snyder. They had set up a creche right outside the White House, demonstrating
An artist
homeless.
had done this. It was a nativity scene, but it was not the usual nativity scene. It was Mary and Joseph dressed as homeless people on the streets of Washington, D.C., with a baby wrapped in newspaper and all trying to get some warmth from a heating grate on the sidewalk. And that was a really compelling image. So this is the song that came out of it.
It's called No Room for You Inside.
Made them leave their home and travel many miles to the little village Bethlehem, and Mary all with child. But when they came to the old inn door, the keeper wouldn't take it anymore. There's no room for you inside, not a room in all the town, just some straw in the stable to sleep down on the ground, to sleep down on the ground. They spent that night and many more on that dark cold ground, and Mary's baby boy was born with animals all around. Rich kings and shepherds with their sheep came to see the child asleep. There's no room for you inside, not a room in all the town, just some straw in the stable to sleep down on the ground, to sleep down on the ground. Now ages past, and every year at Christmas time you'll see, in muddy shadow in the cold, on streets in poverty, sleep Joseph with his clothes all torn, and Mary with her child unborn. There's no room for you inside, not a room in all the town, just some straw in the stable to sleep down on the ground, sleep down on the ground. There's no room for you inside, not a room in all the town, just some straw in the stable to sleep down on the ground, sleep down on the ground.
Thank you. Well, this was kind of around the same theme in the regard that it's a very, very old song. A lot of people know this, but during the days of the Underground Railroad, Christmas time was the time that you escaped because nobody was paying attention. And a wonderful man by the name of Harry Belafonte, who we were privileged to finally meet at the Lincoln Center when we played there as a tribute after Pete Seeger died. And he put together this incredible collection. I can't remember what year. It might have even been 1999.
Well, it was
set.
finally released in, I think, 1999 or 2000, but it was actually something that he did, a project that he did back in the 60s. And he brought together African American performers from all around the country, and a lot of them came from the South, and a number of them came from the Georgia Sea Islands. He put together this absolutely astounding collection of African American song. It was called The Long Walk to Freedom, and this is a song that was on that collection, done by a chorus, and we were just knocked out by it. We decided to try to learn it and arrange it for two voices and a guitar and a harmonica. And
so here it is.
It doesn't sound like the chorus, and we were inspired there by Reverend Gary Davis, I guess, eh?
Yes. So this is called All Around the Glory Manger. Mary and Joseph way from the inn. They turned away, Mary and Joseph way from the inn. Praise God, they turned away, Mary and Joseph way from the inn. And that's what made the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. Down in the straw, they laid my pretty little Jesus down in the straw. Praise God, they laid my pretty little Jesus down in the straw, and that's what made the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, pretty little fingers played in the straw. All his pretty little fingers played in the straw. Praise God, and all his pretty little fingers played in the straw. That's what made the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. They turned away Mary and Joseph away from the inn. They turned away Mary and Joseph away from the inn. Praise God, they turned away Mary and Joseph away from the inn. And that's what made the glory manger. And hallelujah, hallelujah, Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger. Lord, wasn't that a bright Bethlehem morning? All around the glory manger.
All right. Well,
Now we get to do some totally different things. We're going to move from that
go back into the pagan
some more,
world.
Yes, into some more Celtic things that came out. There was a wonderful seasonal series of songs composed and created by a wonderful artist in England.
By the name of Maddie Pryor. And this is one of the songs that she wrote. And it's called Red and Green.
Because of the season, of course.
Are we wearing our red and green tonight?
Yes, are we wearing our red and green tonight?
Yes, we are. All right.
So here's a little nature kind of view of what's going on this time of year. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. Sing it with me. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. Green for the thorn of the holly leaf that shines in candlelight, that holds the hope of evergreen and shivers in the night. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. Red for the berry, round and full, a drop of blood on snow. It shows us our humanity, the fruit from which we grow. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. These rocky fields are black and white, demanding endless toil. The misty sun gives tired light to raise the sleeping soil. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. Red and green together be seen in the dark time of the year. Red and green together be seen in the time of dread and fear. In the time of dread and fear. In the time of dread and fear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, to go along with that, we have to do the song about Greenman.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know how many of you know Greenman. Hold this just for a second.
Why do I have to hold this?
Because I'm going to go get Greenman.
Oh, I don't. I'm not going to put on the mask, hon.
No, I'm just going to show him the mask.
Yes. This, when Jennifer Cutting wrote this song, it wasn't actually part of her Solstice collection initially, and she was nearly finished with the album, and she said, "Oh, hey, let's just go ahead and put this on," and so we started doing this song, and then I just had to go and get myself a Greenman mask. So there it is.
So there's the Greenman mask.
If you go see Jennifer and the Ocean Orchestra, they do the whole thing in costume and everything. She's majorly into that sort of thing, and so is her partner, Steve Winter.
So here's Greenman, and this is just a very fun, interesting song.
Deep within this sacred place, Greenman, king of the wood, outlines of an ancient face. Greenman, wild man, wise one, spirit of the living leaves.
Greenman, king of the wood,
In his heart all nature breathes.
Greenman, wild man, wise one. Greenman, bless this wood, oak and ash and thorn. In Greenman's brotherhood, all will be reborn. All will be reborn.
Man may build his castles tall.
Greenman, king of the wood, time and tide will see them fall. Greenman, wild man, wise one,
Thrusting up through crumbling walls.
Greenman, king of the wood, vines and ivy conquer all. Greenman, wild man, wise one. Greenman, bless this wood, oak and ash and thorn. In Greenman's brotherhood, all will be reborn. All will be reborn. Once bright holly Christmas day, Greenman, king of the wood, now a flowering branch of May. Greenman, wild man, wise one, soon midsummer's sheltering shade. Greenman, king of the wood, turns to autumn's fiery blaze. Greenman, wild man, wise one. Greenman, bless this wood, oak and ash and thorn. Greenman's brotherhood, all will be reborn. All will be reborn. When we see the falling leaves, Greenman, king of the wood, nature's brethren, do not grieve. Greenman, wild man, wise one, life and death, an endless chain. Greenman, king of the wood, all that falls will rise again. Greenman, wild man, wise one. Greenman, bless this wood, oak and ash and thorn. In Greenman's brotherhood, all will be reborn. All will be reborn.
outlines of an ancient face. Greenman, wild man, wise one, the spirit of the living leads. Greenman, king of the wood, in his heart all nature breathes. Greenman, wild man, wise one. Greenman, bless this wood, oak and ash and thorn. In Greenman's brotherhood, all will be reborn. All will be reborn. All will be reborn. All will be reborn.
So we only have a couple more for you, but we really wanted to play this one. I usually like to write poems in front of our beautiful big picture window here in the Hollow. And I came up with this one quite a few years back. Let's see, what does it say there? Oh, it says December 21st.
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
On Solstice.
2010, I wrote this. And then Greg and I put it to music. So, what's my harmonica? A harp. And it's just called December Dawn.
We woke up that solstice morning.
And it was just...
And there was a couple of inches of snow on the ground.
Everything was lined
Everything
in
was
snow.
frozen. Very cold that day. I remember it well. There was ice on the creek.
Ice in the creek.
And it was just beautiful. And we had we had our fire in the fireplace. So it's called December Dawn. Frosted firs in icy mist hold up the mountainside. Dark and light, both cold and bright, bring forth the Yuletide. Reflections of the days gone by and those that still remain. The moon eclipse at solstice sings, returning sun's refrain. Wood fires, glowing flames, draw us toward the light of the shortest day and the longest night. December dreams of days ahead come in darkest sleep. The dawn awakens bright on snow silent and deep. Winds bitter bite midst dusky light, leaving winter's sting. 'Neath thickening ice, water rushes with the hope of spring.
Thank you.
Well, we've had a very, very rough past several weeks in terms of loss of some of our friends and colleagues in the world of folk music. And I couldn't possibly name them all because there are several that I'm sure that I'm not even remembering. But I can go back to Nancy Griffith, who passed away, and then very suddenly and unexpectedly Scott Alaric, who many of you in the Boston area know, who was a longtime friend of ours dating back into the late 70s, and then Bill Staines. And then Joanne Shenandoah, and then just today, of course, not a friend of ours, but somebody though whose music we admired, Michael Nesmith. We found out Michael Nesmith passed. So it's been a kind of a tough season as far as that's concerned. But it seems to me, the perfect antidote to the sadness that you feel losing these lights in your life is to sing this song, written by none other than Bill Staines. Probably, we're familiar with Bill's repertoire. I think out of all of the songs that Bill wrote, this is our personal favorite song.
Will this be our ending song here?
I think we'll do Give Light after this.
Okay, we'll just do one more after this if that's okay.
It's a short one.
It's short. So here's one you can sing with us on, called Spirit Song.
There stands a misty mountain in the soft and gentle rain, against the flight of endless time, forever to remain. Through all the passing seasons, through every night and day, I can see that misty mountain, and I feel the Spirit say, oh, brother, don't you weep, oh, brother. Oh, brother, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, brother, don't you weep. Oh, sister, don't you weep. Oh, sister. Oh, sister, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, sister, don't you weep. Down the rocky roads of trouble, up the twisted paths of pain. Sometimes it is a struggle, sometimes we come up lame. But with children on our shoulders, we face another day. And through their shining eyes of innocence, feel the children say, oh, Father, don't you weep, oh, Father. Oh, Father, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, Father, don't you weep. Oh, Mother, don't you weep, oh, Mother. Oh, Mother, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, Mother, don't you weep. When there's music all around you and you just can't seem to hear, when the answer's just around the bend but it never shows up clear, and when there's darkness right above you, it's hard to know and understand that there's a heart out there that loves you, and there's a promise in your hand. Oh, people, don't you weep, oh, people, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, people, don't you weep. Oh, people, don't you weep, oh, people, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, people, don't you weep. There stands a misty mountain in the soft and gentle rain, against the flight of endless time, forever to remain. Through all the passing seasons, through every night and day, I can see that misty mountain, and I feel the Spirit say, Oh, brother, don't you weep,
Oh, brother.
oh, brother, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on the golden shore. Oh, brother, don't you weep. Oh, sister,
Oh, sister.
oh, sister, don't you weep no more. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, sister, don't you weep. Sun's gonna shine on a golden shore. Oh, sister, don't you weep.
Thank you, Bill Staines, for that great song.
Thank you, Bill Staines. So all of you, we want to thank each and every one of you. I know that you took time out to be with us this evening. We want to thank Dean for all the things he does to keep his community strong. And buy that coffee, buy that. Dean, after we're done, I need to talk to you about an iPad cover. What's it
Yeah,
called?
while you were walking around doing the tour in there, I kept thinking,
Anyway.
not my favorite Christmas carol, but that's that's the one that came to
Well,
mind.
like Dean said earlier, we hope that the things you heard tonight are not things that you normally hear on the radio or
That's right.
are in the, unless you hear our holiday
Yeah,
CD,
it's a little unusual, our
collection.
collection.
But anyway,
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
He's showing the iPad cover.
Yeah, do you have one
Or is
for
that
minis?
the laptop cover?
Do you have one for
Do they
minis?
have a mini? I don't know if they have a mini.
This is a, can you hear me? 13-inch one. Let me show you what I got for Mini. I am a shameless commerce guy.
All right, while he gets that, we're going to end off with one of these songs of ours called Give Light. It was inspired by the words of Ella Baker, who was the person behind Martin Luther King, setting up all his tours and all his speeches.
On behalf of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
Right, and she was the woman that started the Student
Oh my, look at
Nonviolent
that.
Coordinating Committee. Oh boy, here comes the mini computer bags. Okay,
wow,
let's
look
see.
at
I'll let you sing your song and then we'll do the mini computer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So thank you again, everyone. Let's sing this last song together, and may the spirit of the season be with you, and may the light return. That's what we're all waiting for. We're waiting for the light to return.
Give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe.
Sing it with us. Are you ready?
Give light, and people will find the way. You've got to give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe.
Teach peace.
Teach peace, and people will find the way. You've got to teach peace, and people will find the way. Teach peace, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe.
Stand together.
Stand together, and people will find the way. You got to stand together, and people will find the way. Stand together, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe. Give light, people will find the way. You've got to give light,
Thank you very much. Have a great holiday,
Thank
everyone.
you, folks. Thanks for
We hope you enjoyed the music.
spending your evening with us.
Magpie!
Thank you, Dean.
Right back at you. So grateful you spent some time with us here, and we're all just very thankful. This is what I have. This is a little bit more. I'll find a lighter one so you can see it a little better. I should spotlight myself.
Definitely. That one you had in your hand was purple, wasn't it? I kind of liked it.
She likes purple.
You like the purple, huh?
Yeah, I like the purple.
This is called an iPad case, and it has, it's like 8 inches across and 12 inches down, and it has some bells and whistles like zippers and a little plastic for your credit card. It's a little more than just the iPad. Anyway, I'm not going to continue that. I'm going to finish out by telling you about some shows coming up here. Next Friday, I won't be here at the church. I will be at the home of Burnett and Lorraine Hammond, and we will together bring a little joy to y'all. And I hope you'll join us again. They're my dear friends, and I'm their drug dealer. Coffee, that is. Dark roast. Bennett always wants it darker, to quote Leonard Cohen. He wants it darker. He wants those shiny, burnt, black, bitter beans. And I try and supply them. After that, we take one week off. Then we have Susie Williams and Bill Burnett. They are a group that survived a marriage and are still a music group. They do just amazing, funny, and poignant and wonderful music together. Susie Williams and Bill Burnett, they join us from Los Angeles. I've known them for 30 years, and they have some incredible songs. I've recorded many of Bill Burnett's songs, like There's Enough Love in This House, like the song The Guest. Do you remember that one? Or like the song that's called May I Please, that's on my new record. After that, we have Bob Lucas and family joining us from Zanesville, Ohio. Amazing songwriter again, I just can't say enough. Eric Kilburn, who is Boston's premier studio engineer and owner of Wellspring Sound, will join us. He's also a marvelous songwriter, prolific songwriter. After that, Jacqueline Schwab, the pianist from all the Ken Burns documentaries, will be with us January 28th. February 4th, John and Rachel Nicholas will be here physically with us. Not just zooming it in, they will be here with us. John and Rachel Nicholas, again, marvelous songwriting, and our dear friends. We're looking forward to their joining us that weekend here. After that, the great shantyman Jeff Kaufman from Westerly, Rhode Island, will join us singing shanties and talking about the social justice history of the seafaring trade and the songs that came from it. After that, the blues lady Danielle Miralia, who is from this area, and then after that, Rit Hen and Beth Falcone will join us. And I want to tell you a couple of things coming up on Sundays. These are Fridays I just told you about. Sundays, we have Sophie Lewis this Sunday. She's radical feminism. And after that, we have Reverend Irene Monroe, who is part of a podcast that's called All Revved Up. It's a wonderful podcast they do that's full of anger and full of gratitude. I really look forward to having Irene Monroe here. Many other great programs coming up in January and February. The one that comes to mind first and foremost is Mark Martin. Mark is a raft pilot guide down the Salmon River, and he's one of the guides that took us on Jennifer and my beautiful, beyond amazing trip down the Salmon. Mark is also deeply involved in activism on behalf of the wild salmon on that river and trying to get rid of 4 dams on the Snake River downriver from there. Mark Martin on January 23rd. There are many other events at Community Church Mazin Kumsia On January 11th, he's the director of the Palestine Museum of Natural History in Bethlehem. He is someone who has been with us many times, both virtually and physically, and he's a very engaging speaker, and I hope you will join us for that. Enough. There's just a lot of stuff coming up at Community Church, and be with us again. You can come down here physically and look through just this incredible, infinite resource of books that Bob Datilio left us here at Community Church. You can buy some, and it's probably for nothing but a contribution of your size choosing to Community Church of Boston. Enough, because I want to get home and drink a beer.
All right.
I will say thank you to Terry and Greg, MAGPIE. Thank you, Bob and Boriana and Will and Sue. And thank you, Craig Knopf, for joining us, and Rick from Golden, Colorado, Amy Beth and Diane Simpson from Jamaica Plain, and Mary Regan from around here, Mary Meehan from Jamaica Plain, Alan Afuri. Thank you all. Some of you, I haven't not met you. I hope to sometime soon. Come join us at Community Church. We have virtual and physical programs, and we hope to carry the flame into our second century. We were 100 years old during the COVID hit, and our big celebration kind of got rained on the parade, but we are 101 and just as happy about that. Let's see, anything else? There are a few comments here in the chat. Anybody want to unmute and just say hello to Terry and Greg real quick? Here's Bob Cahalan talking about solar physics, and he is a co-author from Sololá. That's where all this cloth comes from, by the way. Sololá, near the Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. And Bob says, I wish I could still drink coffee. I don't have decaf yet, Bob, but we'll get there. Thank you, Dean, and all for a great evening from Will and Sue. Shall we say good night?
We shall.
I will say good night with a Christmas song from our first January singer. His name is Bill Burnett, and it's called Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. What season is here? Christmas. Why all the good cheer? Christmas. Now is the time for dipping elves in wine. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. When do we shave cows? On Christmas. Bring them in our house on Christmas. Stand by the fire and watch the cows perspire. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. We'll build a mud man out in the park and pretend that he is Surgeon Brown. He'll say you need your appendix out. We'll say you can do the job when you're in town. Deep into the night on Christmas, we'll have a food fight on Christmas. Figgy pudding smeared all over Santa's beard. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. The angel choir appears above. We hope they're alien beings this year to beam us aboard and watch us make love. Oh, Christmas! When do we give thanks? Thanksgiving. Watch soldiers in tanks. Memorial Day. But when can you meet Carol, the ancient Yuletide troll? Only on Christmas, 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 Christmas. Thank you, Greg and Terry. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Join us on a upcoming Friday or on a Sunday at Community Church. We love you all. And we say the meeting at the building is over. Good night, everybody. Good night, Terry and Greg. We'll talk to you soon.